All right, let's move on to talk about Spurs then. They beat Frankfurt 3-2. They conceded first in this game as well, but did come through it. Sunstruck twice. Kane scored and missed a penalty as well. Spurs are top of Group D with 7 points, but no side has progressed just yet. It is very tight in this group, but Son and Kane show, again, doing the business, Craig.
Yeah, I mean, Kane got brought down for the penalty. The referee was unsure, went to the monitor, but Son, particularly the second goal, the volley, just looks like maybe he's getting that confidence back. He got the hat-trick coming off the bench against Leicester. Then next time out, memory's not great, but he wasn't brilliant. Gets a couple of goals here, starting to look like a bit like his old self, where Harry Kane for the first goal came a little short, got turned, played a good ball in for Son, running in behind. That's the kind of stuff that Conte's looking for. He's looking for Kane just to pop into those holes, and he's looking for runners to get in behind. And if he finds his feet, Heung-min Son, and gets his scoring boots back on, and he looks like he has, that's great news for Antonio Conte. You saw the graphic. This group is really close. Eintracht Frankfurt are a good side. So Spurs, a good night for them, getting the job done. And a good night for Conte as well, Gab, getting the job done for Spurs.
Yeah, I think there was quite a lot riding on it, given where they were, given some of the opportunities they didn't take, especially in the first leg in Frankfurt. Obviously, having Heung-min Son on board, absolutely critical for him, especially because, let's not forget, Kulusevski's still out, Lucas Moura just coming back, not ready. So the alternatives aren't there. But I can tell you this about Conte, the way he feels about Son. Son, he looks at him as a guy who, even when things aren't clicking for him offensively, the way they weren't clicking, for example, against Arsenal, he still does his work off the ball. And that's very important to Antonio Conte.
Stevie, what were your observations from what you saw of this game?
It must be a nightmare being a Spurs fan. And I bet it is for Conte as well. You know, a guy who's always seems to be hanging on the edge of everything. Doesn't take an awful lot to spark him off. You're 3-1 ahead, you're playing against 10 men, you're absolutely cruising, and then you give them a goal, and all of a sudden the whole stadium's worried. And then you get a penalty, and Harry Kane, incredibly, sticks it 10 yards over the bar, and then with the last kick of the game, Lloris has to make a diving save low to his left. I mean, it must be torture, especially for Conte, as I said, who always seems to be on a knife edge. I mean, it's a great result. It makes it look good on the table. But I tell you what, the last 5-10 minutes must have been horrendous if you're a Tottenham fan.
Eintracht Frankfurt bring the best out of Tottenham, though, don't they? I mean, in a sense where the excitement, because the game in Frankfurt was 0-0, but it should never have been 0-0. It should never, ever have been. Should have been a bigger scoreline than this. It's not the way Conte wants to do it. We know that. He doesn't want, Stevie said, doesn't want that worry and panic, particularly towards the end. But the two games between these two sides have been really, really entertaining.
Yep.
You don't say that very often with Tottenham these days. Well, even with a good squad.
Even with a good squad.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.